Can you all hear me? I'm asking the user to enter a string. And I'm taking, and I have read the string. Whatever objective of this program is, we need to remove the characters which are other than alphabets. That is the special characters and digits, isn't it? So for that, I'm taking a for loop. Yesterday we have seen how to read end of a string until end of a string. So I will show you. We are reading from starting index, and our string is in the variable a. So a of I. The index is pointed by I. So I am writing a of I is not equal to /0. When the string when can we say the string came to an end? When it reaches null character. Is it clear? So that is a condition we have put here. First we have to know the condition so that we can start our looping. Our condition is we have to read until the end of the string. So to reach end of the string, we need to read the characters until the /0, that is null character. So I have put that condition here. Then what we are reading, we can read the character by a of I. So I want to check whether this character, so to check a condition, what do? We use if block. So in this a of I, we will be having character. Are you all following me? Can you see the screen and am I audible to you all?
Yes.
Okay. So in a of I, we will be having character. So this character, we have to check whether it is a whether it is special character or digit or a normal alphabet. So what can we do here? If a of I is double equal to, that means I'm comparing with small a. I'm checking within the alphabets range, that is small a to small z. If that character is greater than or equal to small a and less than or equal to small z. If you want to include capital letters also, it is fine. Again, we can write the condition and a of I, that is the character, is less than or equal to capital A, and that a of I, this is not less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to capital Z. Is this condition correct? What I have written? Alekya, can you mute your mic? I'm checking the range here. If a of I is greater than or equal to a and less than or equal to z, that is the character should be in the range of lowercase alphabets. Next, I'm checking one more condition. Should be in the range of uppercase letters, alphabets. So here we should not put and. If you put and, what happens? I will show you that also. Later I will put the correct condition. What happens if we put and here? Logical and. Now tell me. I'm saying that this logical and putting logical and here is wrong. Try to understand and analyze the logic. In this case, I'm taking b of j is equal to that particular character a of I, which is alphabet. I'm initializing j to 0. Then I'm incrementing j value. Why I have written like this is, initially the value of j is 0. That means I'm taking a new array, character array. That is b. I'm storing the character, the alphabet, the first alphabet to this new character array, and then I'm incrementing the index value. Can you see the output screen?
We can't.
I did not print the new string. So I'm writing printf for a new string, that is b. See what happened here. We have put logical and here. So instead of getting alphabets, we have got the other than alphabets. Why did we get like that? This is the main logic part. When we put logical and here, that is double ampersand, we are asking the compiler to check the character which is which I am having here. Let us take this example only. First character is H, that is between this range. It's fine, okay. Condition is true. I'm explaining in the down, the tracing part. The first character is H. Then the first condition is true. And The second condition is we are checking for capital letter. As it is not capital letter, it is false. True and false, what will be the logical and equivalent? It is false. So if condition will not get executed. So that is the reason we should not put and here. We have to put logical or. Did you understand all? So when we replace it with logical or, true or false is again true. When we get both are false, that is, it is not an lowercase alphabet and it is not an uppercase alphabet, then false and false or false becomes false. So we will not enter this if block. That is the main logic here. You have to understand these type of logics, then only you will write any type of program, not only this. Now let us check the output. Did you all observe the output now? I have entered 1 2 HE L dollar 0 O. We got only alphabets. 1 2 we did not get. I got small h, capital H, E L L O. Did you understand? I want to show you one more case also. Some capital letters, combination of digits, special characters, lowercase letters, and every time. And one more thing here, every time we have to make the value of j to 0 again. And do you know one more thing? We can write this j plus plus here also, because as it is the last statement, we can write it here. So if you want to write multiple statements, we use comma. Here also we can initialize multiple values, but the condition should be one. We can write and condition or compound conditions we can write, but it should be a single, like it has to be enclosed with a flower with parentheses. So this is called as compound statements. We're trying to increment I plus plus and j I and j values at a time. In the logic part, we are telling if this condition is true to assign the values. If that condition is false, what we have to do then? For more clarity, I want to show you another array. If this condition is true, those values will be stored in array B. If not, they will be stored in the C. And initial values of J and K are 0. String B is and string C is. Is it clear to you now? Everyone? I have given the input combination of digits, special characters and alphabets. I have created two new strings. In one string, I have put only alphabets, that is capital and lowercase. And in another, I have put special characters and digits. Did you all understand? Or any doubts? Shall I tell you by tracing out the program, or is it fine?
Tracing.
Okay, let me take this same example. Did you see the output screen? What we have got?
Yes.
Okay. So this is our input. The user has entered this input. Carefully observe. I have written a for loop. To the top of it, just we have asked the user to enter a string. He has given us the string. So we have started the for loop. The first I value is 0. And the default values of J and K is also 0. Now, in my if condition, what I have written? A of I. That is A means this is the string what we have. So A of I means the first index. What it is? It is 1. 1 means digit. The ASCII value of this does not lie under the range of small a and capital small z, isn't it? Small a ASCII value is 97 and small z is around 122 or 121. So in between, all the ASCII values are related to alphabets. So as this is digit, the condition is failed. So F and or you see the 8th line of the program and the 26th line what I am explaining, both of them. So and the next condition is that we have the character as 1. Either it may be digits, special characters or alphabets. We generally call it as characters. So that is 1. And it is also does not lie in the range of capital letters. Capital A is 65 and the capital Z is 96 or sorry, it is 91 or 90. Simply add 26 to 65. That will be your range. It's around 90 to 91. So that is also not in that range. How we are checking that range? Again, we have put an internal condition. A of I, is it greater than or equal to capital A, that is 65. A is the, for A we have ASCII value as 65. So it is not greater than 65, and we are checking whether it is less than 90. So condition is false. So it will return false. False and false or false will return false again. So we did not enter this if block. If we did not enter if block, what the control goes to? Else block. So else, I have put the else block for your clarity. I'm to store other than alphabets. C of k is a new string. Initial value of the k is 0. So what happens now? C of 0 is equal to A of I, that is 1. So 1 is stored in C of 0 now. Next, I'm incrementing k value. K will become 1. So here k will become 1 again from 0. Then 2. So 2 is also a digit. Again it enters the else block. Now k value is 1. So C of 1 will be assigned to 2. Again k gets incremented. K value is 2 now. Then the next is capital E. At this instance, capital E does not lie in the range of small letters. So that condition is false. We have logical OR. Capital E obviously lies in the range of capital letters. That is 65 to 90. So it is true. Logical or false or true is true. First, did you all know the logical or table? Or shall I tell that also? True and true is true. This is for or. False and false is false. True, false is
True.
true.
False.
We are running out of time. Again, join with the same link after the class terminates automatically. False and true is also true. In
True.
logical OR, just remember that if both the inputs are true, I mean false, if the both the inputs, that is both the conditions becomes false, then only we will get false in the logical OR. In the logical AND, if one of the input is also false, we will get false. Only if both are true, it will be true. In the case of AND, if both are true, then the output will be true. In all the remaining cases, it will be false. That is the main difference. So here we are using OR. Why I have used OR also, I have mentioned. First I have put AND, but it will not work out because this is the case where we have capital E. For capital E, we will get true, but capital E does not lie in the small letters. So obviously it will return false again. So every time it will return false only. So we use OR here in this scenario. So we have to know all these basics correctly so that we can apply what condition in the scenario which best suits for the program. So here logical OR is best suits for us. So that's why we are using it. The condition is true here for the capital E. So it enters into the if block. What happens then? The initial value of j is 0. So b of 0 will be assigned with capital E. Then what happens? J value gets incremented. Then we have small v. For small v, the condition will be like this. It will be the small letters are compared first. So the first condition will become true and the second will be false. True and false. The output is true only. So it enters into the if block and the j value is now updated to 1.
Incremented.
So yeah, b of 1 is what? small v. So similarly, I will show you the output also now. Yeah, 1, 2 are stored in this new array C. And similarly, the digits are stored in B array, EV. So first we got E, next we got V. Similarly, you can go until the end of the array.
క్లాస్ జరుగుతుందని ఆగినట్ట. Your friends calling you.
Yeah, I hope it is clear to you now. I hope this tracing part is clear to you now.
Yes.
Okay. So in that way you have to try. If I keep on telling the class, you could not improve the logic on your own. At least from today, you just turn on your laptops and try execution of these programs, what I'm giving. You have to think on your own regarding these logics. If you have any doubts, just let me know. I can help you with the logic, because logic part is important. Either it may be any language. If you take C, C++, Java, Python, just the syntax will differ. In Python, this printf is renamed as print, that's it. In Java, system.out.println, but the logic will not differ anywhere. You go and write this program in any language, the logic will be the same. You will use this same if block, same for loop, and the same logical OR. The only difference is the syntax. Syntax can be learned within a week for any language, but you have to improve this logic part. I have highlighted in the program code, that for loop, that is called as logic, and we call it as algorithm also. Simply saying, when you put this logic or algorithm into any program, that can be fine. So the main concept is, we are learning not only C language here, we are learning how to build a logic. If you know how to write a logic for any program, you can choose any platform, that is any programming language, and you can be successful. In competitive exams, like in interviews also, they don't check for the language, they'll check your logical skills. How good you are in writing a logic for a program. So the reason they will give you option for to choose any language. You will have a list of 20 languages there. You can choose any of it, but the main part is they will check your logic. So try to improve your logic, and if you have any queries and doubts, you can freely ask me.
Okay.
Let's start with the pointers. I hope in 2 minutes the session will end, but again you rejoin, I will continue with the pointers. Can you see the document? Yesterday we have just
Yes.
started the pointers. Pointers, what are the pointers? Yesterday just we discussed what is the purpose of scanf, why we use ampersand before a variable.
Address of that variable.
Yeah, to go into that address of that variable and to store the value. So similarly, pointers are the variables, they are also variables, but they are specially used for to store address of another variable. That is the purpose of the pointers. That means if I declare any data type of that may be int or char or float, whether it may be any data type. If I declare a pointer, how can we declare a pointer? Using asterisk, star, that is star, asterisk, we call it asterisk. So p is a pointer variable that let us consider. So what we do is, how we put ampersand in the scanf, similarly we assign let me take a normal variable a. So I want to assign the address of a to this pointer variable. This can be done like this. And most of them do some mistakes. I'll show you them. And if you want to read the value which is present at that address, again we use the asterisk symbol. If you write asterisk p, then it returns you value at that address. So when we want value at that address, we will write asterisk and the variable name. If you want to have only address, then simply the variable name is enough to retrieve address. But for normal variables, to retrieve address, we use ampersand symbol before that normal variable. Here in this example, int a is the normal variable. To retrieve address, we use ampersand here. So I want to show you programmatically. Yesterday I have started this